After speaking about the summit with North Korea, Donald Trump jumped right back into complaining about Canada.
And we're being taken advantage of on trade. Canada does have very big advantages over us in terms of trade deficits. It's close to $100 billion a year loss with Canada. They don't take our farm products, many of them. They charge what was 270%, but somebody told me the other day that a few months ago they raised it to 295% for dairy products. And it's very unfair to our farmers.
On June 1st, Trump imposed tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum, and now he's threatening the Canadian auto sector with 25% tariffs. Canada plans to retaliate with its own list of tariffs on July 1st. For more on this, let's bring in the host of Power and Politics, Vassy Kapelos. Vassy, the Prime Minister met with dairy farmers, who Donald Trump was just talking about just a few hours ago.
Yeah, hey, Carol, he did. And I think it's significant because of those comments you just heard. Basically, the backdrop of this meeting is that Trump has ratcheted up his rhetoric and focused it very specifically, not only on the prime minister, and we've heard about the name calling, but specifically on dairy farmers and that claim of 270 to 295% tariffs that are imposed on U.S. products, which, of course, if it's fact-checked, may not be entirely true, but that's besides the point. So the target has sort of been directed towards dairy farmers and the supply management system in this country. Prior to this whole fight escalating over the past 2 or 3 days, the Prime Minister actually on an American program said that he was willing to bend, or that he was flexible at least, on agricultural issues. And there is a precedent for Canada giving a little bit on the supply management system. So I think there is a high level of concern among dairy farmers about whether or not the government, now facing increased pressure from Mr. Trump, will bend on issues close to their heart. And so I think that's what the meeting was about. They won't talk, really. They just put a statement out thanking, or a tweet out thanking the Prime Minister for his support, but nothing more detailed than that about what occurred during the meeting. So we'll be definitely trying to figure that out over the next few days.
All right. And meanwhile, Donald Trump's trade advisor, Peter Navarro, apologized for his use of the phrase "a special place in hell" for leaders like Trudeau. The Canadian government, though, has been quiet in response. What's behind that strategy?
Yeah, they have. They're not taking the bite, I guess you could say, and that is a very specific strategy. Now, Navarro went on the Sunday show, or on a Sunday show, American show, and made those comments saying there's a special place in hell for someone like, and then described the things that they were accusing Justin Trudeau of doing. It really had a big effect. It sort of amped up the tweet that we saw from Donald Trump on the weekend, and then we had another senior advisor, Larry Kudlow, sort of saying things along a similar vein. A sort of an unprecedented attack that we had never heard before. So today, Mr. Navarro was participating in a panel, and he walked back those comments a bit. Let's take a listen to that.
In conveying that message, I used language that was inappropriate and
special place in hell for the Prime Minister.
Basically lost the power of that message. I own that. That was my mistake. Those were my words.
So what's important out of that is not just the apology and the acknowledgement that the language perhaps was inappropriate, but the idea that they were trying to deliver a very specific message. And I think that we've all been trying to decipher what that message is, what we should take, how concerned we should be about the threats being made by Donald Trump. We actually had a chance to try and figure that out. We asked Donald Trump's very brief but former Director of Communications, Anthony Scaramucci, about that. Here's what he had to say.
I would say that, you just have a tough skin. You're taking something personally that he probably doesn't mean personally. And I think he holds Prime Minister Trudeau with a lot of great respect. I think he thinks he's an effective leader. Obviously, he loves Canada. There's history there with the Trump family and Canada.
So some optimism from someone who knows Mr. Trump about the future of NAFTA talks. We'll have to see whether his advice not to take such very pointed and unprecedented insults seriously is heeded. Carol?
Vassy, thank you so much. The CBC's Vassy Kapelos in Ottawa tonight.